Hey everybody, it's the Doof Senpai, #1 senpai in the world. Today I was going to do a tier list of the original 151 Pokemon, and that's because it's a very special time because our boy Ash Ketchum just became the world champion. That's right, he is not the top 8, top 16 anymore, he's the world champion. And there's been a lot of speculation that the anime is going to end. I don't know if that's true or not, but just in case it is, I decided that I was going to do a tier list, and the tier list is going to be based on the way they look, how strong they are, the rarity, the catch rate, basically whatever I think is awesome or lame about these guys. Let's get started, man. So first of all, we're going to start off with Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur, I think, is deserving of right there in the middle. Because let's be honest, when we first started playing the Pokemon game, the original red and blue version, most of us probably didn't pick this guy. Right there in the middle seems about right. And then I'll put the Ivysaur in the C, and then Venusaur, I'll put him in B. Now Charmander, I'm going to put him under B. I'm pretty sure most of us picked either Charmander or Squirtle. Charmeleon, I'm put him under B. Charizard, put him under A. Squirtle, I'm gonna do the same thing. Squirtle is under B, Wartortle under B, Blastoise under A. He has 2 cannons on his back. I mean, come on. Caterpie, I remember a bunch of these when I was playing the game in Viridian Forest, right? Very first thing I caught that could evolve 3 times. 2 times. But it's kind of useless because, String Shot, come on. Put him under C. Metapod, on the other hand, I'm going to put him under F. Harden, come on. What are you supposed to do with that? Yeah, like, you're not going to waste your TMs or HMs teaching this dumbass how to attack. And all he knows is Harden. If any of you remember in the original Pokemon show, the very first season, Ash had his first or second battle. It was with this guy from the Viridian Forest. It was a Metapod versus a Metapod. They were both having a Harden battle. One Metapod is trying to become harder than the other Metapod, I guess. and then Butterfree, put him under B. And then Weedle, I'm gonna do the same thing with Weedle, again, because Kakuna is so useless. Pretty much the same thing as a Metapod. Beedrill is a B. B for Beedrill, right? Pidgey, I'm gonna put him under D. Got so tired of these guys when you first start playing. Pidgeotto, I'm gonna put him under C. And then Pidgeot, Bird Jesus, put him under S. Bird Jesus, gotta be an S, man. Rattata, put him under D. Raticate, I'm gonna put him under D as well. Not really digging the look. Spearow, put him under D. Fearow, the big chicken. It kind of looks like a Ho-Oh, which is a legendary, so I want to move him 1 tier higher. Put him under C right there. Ekans, for those of you that don't know, Ekans is snake backwards. So Ekans, I'm going to put him under a D, and then Arbok, I'm going to put him under C. And for those of you that don't know, again, Arbok is Cobra backwards. And then Pikachu, I'm gonna put him under A. Let's be honest, Pikachu is the cash cow of the Pokemon franchise. It can't be any lower than an A, I feel. Raichu, on the other hand, I want to put him under B. Sandshrew is a C. Same thing with a Sandslash. And then Nidoran. The interesting thing about the very first games and the very first season is that Nidoran is the only one that's gender specific, or that had a female and a male version. The female Nidoran evolved into Nidorina, and then Nidoqueen. The male Nidoran evolved into Nidorino, and then Nidoking. So Nidoran, I'm going to put him under C, and then Nidorina, I'm going to put him under, or I should say her, B, and then Nidoqueen, I would say is an A. I want to do the same thing with the male version of the Nidoran family right there. Nidoking is an A, and then Clefairy, I'd say is a C. It wasn't hard to catch, it was just rare to see. And then Clefable, I would say under C as well. Vulpix, I'm going to put him under B. And then Ninetales, I'm going to put him under A. I don't know, I think the Vulpix and Ninetales design is pretty neat. So, and then Jigglypuff, I'm going to do the same thing as Clefairy. Same thing with Wigglytuff. And then Zubat. I remember these things. These things were so annoying because as soon as you enter any of the caves, like Mount Moon, right? You take 1 or 2 steps, these goddamn things would pop out. They were just so very annoying, so I'm gonna put them under F. That's where you deserve, buddy. And then Golbat, just one tier higher. Oddish, I'm gonna put him under C. Gloom, on the other hand, I mean, it has the word gloom in its name, and the design is kind of depressing. I'm gonna put him under F. Vileplume, on the other hand, is all the way up at A. Paris, I'm gonna put him under C. And then Parasect, because it has the white pupils and it's kind of creepy looking, put him under D. And then Venonat, I'd say C. Venomoth, I would say, is also a C. Diglett, even though there's so many memes about this guy, put him under C. And Dugtrio, put him under C as well. Meowth, I was gonna put him under C, but I think I'm gonna put him under B because the dang thing could talk. The Team Rocket version is one of the few that could talk, so put him under B. Persian, put him under C. And then Psyduck, the duck Pokemon that gets stronger when it has headaches, I'm gonna put him under C. And then Golduck should be a C as well. And honestly, I think the palette should have swapped between these two, because why the heck is a Golduck blue, right? That just seems kind of weird. Mankey, I'm gonna be a C right there. And then Primeape, I'm gonna put it under B because it has gloves and it looks more like it'll beat you up for your lunch money or something, you know? Okay, Growlithe, put him under B. And then Arcanine, put him under A. And for those of you that don't know, Arcanine was originally supposed to be a legendary Pokemon. I mean, look at it. It looks pretty badass, right? It was supposed to be one of the legendary dogs, you know, so like NK, Suicune, and Raikou. So Arcanine was supposed to be there. It wasn't, but it still looks pretty cool, so I'm gonna put him under A right there. Poliwag is a C. Poliwhirl, I'd say, is a C also. Poliwrath, I'll put him under A again based on its looks, and does get pretty strong, so I'm gonna put him under A right there. Abra, I'm gonna put him under D just because it's so goddamn. I remember it was so hard to catch one of these in the original game. The dang thing kept teleporting, and I did not want to waste my Master Ball on it, so it was almost like RNG when you try to catch one of these. Kadabra, I'm gonna put C. Alakazam, I'm gonna put B. And then Machop, C. Machoke, B. Machamp, put him under A. It's the champion, and it got 4 arms. I don't want to be messing with that. Bellsprout, I'd say C. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put the whole family under C. Well, actually, you know what? Victory Bell, just because in the show it ate up James so much, and the battle cry was ridiculous. It was basically just like a screaming little girl. So I'm going to put Victory Bell under B, just because it cracks me up. Tentacool, I'd say C. Tentacruel, I'm going to put under C also. Nah, it's just okay. And then Geodude, C. Graveler, again, I think I'm gonna put the whole, well, Golem, I'll move him up 1, and then Ponyta, I think I'll put it under B, and Rapidash, put it under A. And the weird thing is that in the show, you actually see some people riding Ponyta and Rapidash around, but their mains is supposed to be fire. So I don't know how that works. I don't know how you ride one of those without catching on fire, but there you go, baby. Slowpoke, put him under C, and then Slowbro, put him under B. For the bro, and just because they're pretty chill, man. I like that. Magnemite, C. Magneton, I'll put under B. And then Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd, I'd say would be A, because it has a leak and it uses it as a weapon, man. So, and then Doduo. Doduo is kind of annoying. And Dodrio, man, I remember catching a bunch of these, so yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it like that. And then Seal, I'd say C, kind of average. Dugong, C. Rhymer, the trash Pokemon, I'd say a D, because it's kind of nasty. Muck, I would put it as a C, 1 tier higher, because when you spell muck backwards, it's a funny word. Shelder, I'm gonna put it under, it's just kind of average. Cloyster, same thing. And then Ghastly, I would say is a C. Hunter and Gengar move an upper tier because I like the way it's designed, and it's one of the very few, if not only, ghost Pokemon in the original 151. Onyx, I would say is a C as well. Drowsy and Hypno, I think I will put them under D, and the reason is because that they have like a kind of creepy backstory, and their design is also kind of creepy, right? So I'm gonna put them under D. And then Krabby, I'd say is a C. And then Kingler, I'd say is deserving of a B position right there. Voltorb and Electrode, I remember these guys using self-destruct and would knock out one of your Pokemon. It was so annoying, and even more annoying when you're trying to catch one. I'm gonna put them under D, man. Execute, under C. Executor, I'd say a C as well. I mean, they have a pretty neat name, Execute. Executor, I mean, come on. And then Cubone, I'm gonna put him under B. Marowak, I'd say C. And the reason I did this is because Cubone has a pretty interesting backstory. Marowak, not so much. I think the Cubone design is way better than the Marowak design. Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan, I'm gonna put it under A because one kicks, one punches, and again, I think the design is just pretty cool. You know, in terms of fighting Pokemon. Lickitung, I would say it's kind of average C, but I remember this thing was pretty funny in the show, licking everybody and kind of creeping everybody out. Coughing, okay, another Team Rocket Pokemon right here. I'm going to put it under, I'd say it's pretty average. Coughing and wheezing right there. Rhyhorn, I would say is a B. I mean, it's basically an armored version of a rhino. And then Rhydon is an armored version of a rhino that could stand. That is deserving of an A position, I'd say. Chansey, I mean, in the show, you see a Chansey in every Poke Center. And because it helps Nurse Joy recover Pokemon, I would say that is deserving of an A position right there. Tangela, I'd say is a C. Kangaskhan, not Genghis-Khan, Kangaskhan, I'd say that's also a C. And then Horsea is a C, and then a Seadra, I would say is a C. Goldeen, I think is kind of useless. It has a splash attack, if I remember correctly, so I'm gonna put him under F. I don't like that. Anything with a splash attack, I don't like. Sea King should be a C, baby. Staryu, I would say a C, and then Starmie, I'm gonna move it one tier higher. I don't think it was a gym leader, but somebody taught Starmie how to use Thunderbolt or Thunder, and how it used that attack was that it kept spinning around in circles, and that causes a lightning attack to come out. And then Mr. Mime, I'd say is a C. Scyther, I'm gonna put him under A. I mean, it has freaking size for arms. That's pretty cool, man. So I'm gonna put him under A. Jinx, I mean, there's a lot of controversy behind this Pokemon. I think I'm just gonna put him under C, right next to Mr. Mime right there. Electabuzz, I was gonna put him under B, but I'm gonna move him to A just because his battle cry cracks me up. His battle cry is just ridiculous. Magmar, so this is Blaine's Pokemon right here. I'm just gonna put him at a B. Pinsir, put him under C. And then Tauros, put him under D. And that's because it was very difficult for me to catch one of these in the Savari zone. I kept running out of time or wasting all my balls on something else. That slippery bastard, I'm gonna put him under D. Magikarp F, useless. Gyarados, I'm gonna put him under A. And eventually in the later games, there's a shiny version, which just looks awesome. So Gyarados, put him under A. That is deserving. Lapras, I'm gonna put him under B. For those of you that remember the show, we see Ash sailing on this guy all the time. He was like one of his better Pokemon battling wise. So I'm gonna put him under B. Ditto, I am gonna put Ditto under S. It's just such a unique Pokemon. It could transform. I don't know that many Pokemon that could transform besides the Ditto. So Eevee, I will put Eevee under A. It's one of the few Pokemon that has like separate branches when you evolve it. It could evolve into anything. We have the Eevee family right here, the Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon, the first three of the Eevee family. I'm gonna put them, you know what, I think I'm gonna put the entire Eevee family under A, just because it's so unique and the design is very interesting. So I'm gonna put them all under A. A for awesome. Porygon, I'm gonna put him under C. Would be higher, but the dang thing looks like it came straight out like a PlayStation 1 game or something. The dang thing is so expensive to get. Almanite, Almastar, I'm gonna put him under, I'm gonna put all the fossil Pokemon under B. You know, they are pretty rare, so I'm gonna put them under B. And then Aerodactyl, I think I'm gonna do the same thing. Again, it's kind of hard to encounter one of these if you're playing the original game, so I'm gonna put him under B as well. Snorlax, I'm gonna put him under A. Again, if you don't screw it up in the game and you wake him up, it's guaranteed you'll get one. Also, it's pretty strong and it's pretty buff. So there you go. Articuno, I am going to put Articuno under S. God tier. I might be a little biased, but go Team Mystic. Team Mystic #1. In terms of all three legendary birds, I feel like Articuno has the best design. So Zapdos and Moltres, I'm gonna put them under A because they are legendary. In terms of design, Articuno looks the best. I mean, it actually looks like a bird. These two looks like something's wrong with it. I mean, especially Zapdos. Zapdos looks like a Porygon, except the edges are sharper. You know what? I'm gonna put the entire family Dragonair under A. Let's see, actually, I think Dratini, at the time, this was the only dragon Pokemon. Even though Charizard looks like a dragon, it's not a dragon. That seems right to me. So, okay, Mewtwo, I'm gonna put him under A, even though it's really strong and it's very rare. The reason I moved him one tier lower is because in the movie, he made all the Pokemon cry. So I had to move him one tier lower, man. And then for Mew, because he's the savior of the movie, kind of, I put him under S. Mew is impossible to catch in the original blue and red version unless you use the hack, because apparently there's like a way to glitch the game so that a Mew appears and then you could catch it. Once you catch it, it's not even that strong if I remember correctly. But there you have it. This is my tier list of all the original 151 Pokemon, man. Again, this is just to celebrate Ash Ketchum, 25 years, 10 years old, or 11 years old. Ash Ketchum from Palatown, 11 years old, 25 years of experience, finally became world champion, the best of the best, or should I say, the very best. Can't believe it took Ash that long to become world champion. Give me a subscribe, hit the like button if you like the video, if you agree with my list, or if you don't, what would you change? Leave a comment down there, baby. That's my tier list for all the original 151 Pokemon, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace, bye.